Hello, and welcome to Let's Talk Bible. I'm Sonny Childs. Well, Poetry Week Part 2. I'm sitting in a parking lot of a hospital here locally. One of our young ladies from our youth group had a diabetic issue and had to be rushed to the hospital, so just went in to see her, and that prompted a thought, and we're going to use this as our segue into the verse and poem that we have for you today. The verse is James chapter 1, verses 2 through 4. My brethren, count it all joy when you fall into various trials, knowing that the testing of your faith produces patience, but let patience have its perfect work, that you may be perfect and complete, lacking nothing. Obviously, this young lady is going through a trial right now, and sweet young lady, I'm praying for her, but this idea of going through trials and hardships and building us and making us better people can be a hard one for us sometimes. So here's a poem for you. You ready? Cheesy poem number 2, Heavenly Hardships. Without pressure from the wind, a kite never flies. Without straining for the goal, runners get no prize. Without sand to irritate, a pearl could not grow. Without effort from the hand, needles could not sew. Without hindrance from the rocks, a brook could not sing. And without April showers, no flowers in the spring. It's also springtime here, so I guess that ties into this whole idea as well. Hardships. We all go through them, but somebody said that if it doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger. I suppose that doesn't make it any easier to live with. But let me give you 3 suggestions, 3 phrases from this passage that might be helpful whenever maybe you're dealing with your own hardships. Number 1, we need to accept hardships as an opportunity to count it all joy, that phrase that comes first. My brethren, count it all joy when you fall into various problems, etc. We need to see it as an opportunity to extend our self-discipline, to make us better people, to show the world this crazy cool example that even during suffering, we can rejoice because we know we're going to a better place. So that's the first one. Second phrase is this, various trials. We must recognize that the value of various trials can expand our potential and our opportunity to grow. And maybe most specifically, the next time there may be a difficulty that comes your way that's more difficult. It challenges your faith in a greater way. And so if God can train you incrementally, then when you get to that second area, you'll be better off because of it. Then thirdly, there's this phrase, this idea of patience, and it will have its perfect work. We must embrace the value of that. By allowing patience to have its perfect work, we can arrive at that's another word from the passage, a complete maturity, that we can be people who one day will be able to say, or have people say of us, much like they're saying of other elderly folks today, wow, they've overcome so much. They lived through so many things, and yet here they are. They're still coming to church. They still have a positive attitude, etc. May I just give a personal to some of the older folks out there, and as you can see the gray in my beard, I'm beginning to get close to being that. One of the greatest discouragements from young people is, it's not that older folks suffer. That's not the discouragement. I mean, they're concerned, certainly, but the discouragement for them is that older folks don't show them a way to be happy and content in the midst of suffering. See, that's a Christian virtue. And I'm not sure that a lot of older folks have matured enough to actually show that. Sometimes they come to our house and we've got to run through all of our ailments before we can ever get off onto some other conversation piece. We have to go through the litany of doctor's appointments, or how many times I have to take my medicine each day, etc. Not that that's not important, and not that we as younger people ought not be concerned about it, but the thing that's so important is for us to recognize that you are still positive and vibrant on the inside, that the inner man is being renewed day by day. And those things then teach us that, one day I'm going to be just like that person, but I want to be able to smile like they smile. I want to have the contentment. How do they get there, I wonder? And then you have that opportunity to share your testimony. But when you're all blue and constantly looking like you swallowed a pickle sideways and you have nothing good to say, the message we get from that is life's going to kill me eventually too. It's just going to beat me down, and there's not going to be any positives at the end of this thing. So hardships, it's an opportunity for us to grow. And although it's difficult, and I hate seeing this young lady in ICU right now where she's at, she'll be a better person in the future because she survives it. There you go. I'm Sonny Childs. Be there. Matthew 16:26. We are the Sonny Childs and Family Ministries, serving as missionaries to this great nation. Please pray for us and consider adding us to your missions giving.